In this English pronunciation tutorial, you're going to learn to speak English clearly by learning the 3 mistakes that people make when they're making the sound in English. I'm going to show you the mistakes, I'm going to show you how to stop making the mistakes, and then I'm going to give you a really useful exercise to help you then integrate the correct pronunciation into your English speech. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome to How to Speak English Clearly and English School Online, the channel that teaches foreign professionals to speak English clearly so that they have more confidence in English, they come across as more professional, and they enjoy a better quality of life both at work and in their social lives when they're speaking English. In last week's tutorial, you learned the difference between the N sound, as in not, and the sound, as in thing, okay? And it all comes down to the difference between the tongue in the mouth. For N, the tip of the tongue touches the top of the mouth, and for the back of the tongue touches the back of the mouth. Okay? But there's still 3 mistakes that I often hear people making even once they know how to make this sound correctly. And those 3 mistakes are these. They either make the g sound at the end of as in thinking g. The second mistake is that they make the k sound as in thinking. And the third mistake is that they make a ng sound at the end, so thinking ng. Okay, so what I'm going to do, first of all, is I've got my torch here. I'm going to shine it into my mouth, and then you're going to see what happens to the tongue when I'm making it incorrectly. Okay, so first of all, how do we make the sound correctly? The back of the tongue touches the back of the mouth like this. Airflow has stopped coming out before the tongue drops down. And what that means is you only get the sound and nothing else. I'll now show you the 3 mistakes and what happens when I make each of the mistakes that I hear people making, okay? We'll start with the g, okay? So the g. For me to make the G sound or the K sound in English, the same part of my tongue, the back of it, is touching the same part of my mouth, which is the back of the mouth. K and G, k and g, are plosive sounds where airflow stops and then explodes out. K, k, g, g. The only difference between K and G is that one sound is voiced, g, 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 and the other sound, k, is unvoiced, and my voice box is staying still. So for the sound, if I make a g sound afterwards, this is what it looks like. Walking, g, walking, g, walking, g, walking, g. Okay? With a K sound, walking, 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 walking. Can you hear there's a g, g, g at the back of my mouth? Okay, so to get around that, like I explained a moment ago, to make the sound correctly, all we do is we stop airflow whilst the tongue is still in the position. Okay? Now let me show you 2 words, eating and thing, but with bad pronunciation. Eating, eating. With K pronunciation, eating, eating, eating. Okay? Thing with K pronunciation, thing, thing, thing. And what you're actually doing if you're making that mistake is you're saying a completely different word altogether, which is the word think. Let me show you the third mistake now, okay? And that's where we go nga, nga, nga. So what's happening there is my tongue is dropping back down, but airflow is still coming out, and that gives you the nga sound. And we do not want that, okay? So let me show you that in 2 words. This is the right pronunciation, the good pronunciation. Thing, thing, thing. And this is bad pronunciation. Thing, 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 na, na, na. Okay? We really, really, really want to avoid the tongue doing this. Na, or k, or ga. Okay? So those are the 3 mistakes. I really recommend that you do what I've done here, which is use a torch to actually look into your mouth whilst you record yourself, just like I'm doing here to the camera. Okay, we all do it. And you'll be able to see for yourself if you're making this mistake. The next thing, once you've worked out if you're making this mistake, is this. Step 1 is to practice making the ng sound on its own until you're doing it consistently and correctly. And be critical with yourself. Don't move on whilst you're still hearing okay? Just don't move on, practice this until you get it right. Step 2 is to put it into a combination of sounds like ing, 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 okay? Walking, eating, thing. Also, you could put it into the ang sound combination, ang, okay? Bang, bang. So once you've got the sound correct, no k, g, ng, once you've got ing or ang, or ideally both of them sounding good with no k, g, ng at the end, then here's what I want you to do to fast track this sound correctly into your English speech. I want you to think about the top 10 words that you use every day that contain this sound at the end. So think about your job, okay? You might be working. Think about what you're doing and what you might tell people that you're doing. Eating, drinking, working, sleeping, doing, okay? Think of 10 examples. They don't have to be ing ending words as in the continuous of a verb. It could be thing or sing, okay? What are you going to do? I'm going to sing, all right? Practice these 10 words that you use every day, and I guarantee there'll be at least 10 words with an ing ending that you use every day. Practice them until you get them right, and then focus on using them correctly in your English speech. And I guarantee that if you do, it's going to make the world of difference to your English pronunciation. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Thumbs up if you've liked the video. I know that if you do the exercise that I've given you here, it's going to radically improve your pronunciation, and it's going to make you sound way more professional in English. You're going to be speaking way more clearly as a result. Subscribe and turn the notification bell on for English pronunciation tutorials like this that come out on a weekly basis to help you improve your accent. And I cannot wait to see you in next week's English pronunciation tutorial. Thumbs up, and I will see you next week.